division. So when we divide both sides by 2, we end up with x equals 5. Nice. All right, now we're still going to do the checks, just like we did before, just like we're going to do throughout the whole chapter. 2 times our answer is supposed to equal 10. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 equals 10. Looking good. Okay. Number 2 on your notes. You can fill in 7y equals 4. Now we're trying to solve for y. So we want to get the y by itself. What do I want to get rid of? Maddie, what do you want to get rid of? The 7. Good. I want to get rid of the 7, and this is multiplication. 7 times y. So the inverse operation is division. We're going to divide by 7. And it doesn't matter whether 7 goes into 4 nice and evenly or not. You still have to show that division. 7 divided by 7 is just 1. That cancels out. And we get y equals 4 over 7. 4 over 7 doesn't simplify, so you can leave it as a fraction. If it simplifies, like number 1, you go ahead and simplify it. But if it doesn't simplify, just leave it. Yes?
Are there cases where we can't change to a decimal?
Some cases, yes. Probably on the take-home quiz, on something where your answers are all decimals and you have to choose which decimal is correct, then I would divide it out. But if your choices are fractions, you're good to go. For me, for our purposes throughout the chapter, a fraction is perfectly fine. Okay? Now our check on this. 7 times our answer. We're going to put that 4/7 back in for y, and it's supposed to equal 4. Now when you're multiplying and one is a fraction and one is not, you can put a 1 underneath. And you can either multiply your numerators together and multiply your denominators together and then simplify it. Or, what do you notice we could do, Amelia? Exactly. You can cancel out those 7s. Got 7 on the top, 7 on the bottom. Cross those out. And you end up with 4 equals 4. Excellent. All right. So far, so good. Number 3. On number 3, we're going to solve for t. We're going to get an equation, we're going to have to solve for t. The equation is d equals rt. Does that look familiar to you? D equals rt?
Yeah.
What is that? Hannah. It's okay. It looks familiar. Where have you seen it before?
Science.
In science?
Oh wait.
What are you thinking?
Distance equals rate times.
Exactly. Distance equals rate times time. Maybe you've used it in math. Maybe you've used it in science.
I just did that.
In science today.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Who's your science teacher? Aw, I can't wait to tell him. That's awesome. Then we're doing the same formula on the same day. All right. Now, if you're going to solve this equation for t, that means you want to get t by itself. Who do you need to get rid of?
The R.
The r. If you want your t by itself, you're going to have to get rid of the r. And this is multiplication, so how do we get rid of the r if it's multiplying? Claire?
R.
Excellent. We're going to divide both sides. Trey, what are we dividing by? Excellent. We're dividing by r, because it's the r that we want to cross out. R on the top and R on the bottom cross out. And we are left with d over r equals t. All right, we got our t by itself. Excellent. Now we're going to go do the check. How do you set up a check when there's variables all over the place? Well, the original problem was d equals rt. And we're supposed to be putting our answer in for the variable that we solved for. We solved for t. So it's going to be d equals r times our answer. We're substituting in for the t because we solved the equation for t. What was our answer? Riley? D over R. T is equal to D over R. So we're going to put a D over R in here for T. And now, oh, Claire, what are you thinking?
Well, can't we just divide both sides by r again? Because you're multiplying r times b divided by r, and then the other side would be b divided by r.
If you multiply both sides by R, you could get that one to cross out. And then you'd have dr equals dr. Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah.
Okay. The thing of it is, when you do that, you're doing things to both sides of the equation, which is like solving. Whereas over here, I'm looking to just simplify. Do you see something that would simplify right around here, right off the bat? Yeah, when you have an R on the top and an R on the bottom, they'll cancel with each other, and you don't have to multiply by another R. These will just go, cross those out, and you have D equals D over 1, which is just D. Got it. Looking good. Well done. All right. For number 4,
Not to pass.
okay, I'll sign it for you. For number 4, all right. Getting kind of hungry. Gonna buy some pizzas. Let's buy 3 pizzas.
Oh my gosh. I can't even.
And it costs $36 for 3 pizzas.
Where are you?
Find the price. Not all pizzas are created the same. Find the price per pizza. All right. We're first going to set up an equation to model this situation. I bought 3 pizzas, so I'm going to write that as 3p, where p is 1 pizza, the price of 1 pizza. Thank you very much. See you later. All right, and the total was $36. So 3p equals 36. How can we get p all by itself? Chris, what do you think? Excellent. We'll divide both sides by 3, and we end up with p equals 12. That's $12 per pizza. All right. Now our check on this. 3 times 12 is supposed to equal $36. 36 equals 36. What we get. Looking good. All right, number 5. 20 equals negative 10x. All right, I threw some negatives in here, and I want to get x by itself. The rules are exactly the same with negative numbers as they are with positive numbers. I want x by itself. How do I get rid of that negative 10? What are we going to do, Crystal? Exactly. We're going to divide by that same number. If it's negative, you're dividing by a negative. If it's positive, you're dividing by a positive. We're dividing both sides by negative 10. 20 divided by negative 10 is negative 2. They cross out, and we got x by itself. So x equals negative 2. Now the check on this is going to start with 20 equals. Same order as the original problem. 20 equals negative 10 times negative 2. A negative times a negative is positive. 20 equals 20. Beautiful. Looking good. All right, on the back, we'll fill out a couple more of these. Okay, we're going to do more formulas. A equals pi r squared. Do you recognize that one? You recognize the distance formula right away. What's that?
The area of the circle.
Area of a circle. Beautiful. Area equals pi times the radius squared. Oh, we have to solve for something particular. So let's solve for pi. If you want to get the pi by itself, what do you want to get rid of? R squared. It's multiplication between the pi and the r squared. So how will we get rid of the r squared?
Divide by r.
Divide. Divide both sides by r squared. Your r squared on the top will cancel with your r squared on the bottom. And we have a over r squared equals pi. We just got our pi by itself, so we're good to go.
We're doing pi equals a r squared.
Yes. Wait, say that again.
Pi equals a divided by r squared.
Yes. I've heard a r squared, and you can't have a r squared together. That needs to be a over r squared. All right, now for our check. A equals, we solved for pi, so I'm going to be replacing the pi. I'm replacing the pi with my answer, a over r squared. R squareds cross out, and we get a equals a. All right, tonight's homework. Here you go.